It all started happening back on Earth after everyone got warped to Earth using Namekian Dragon Balls. Everything goes the same until they hear Goku has died. Or did he? After they summon Porunga and learn Goku is still alive but unwilling to come back, everything settles and Namekians go back to their new home. Vegeta is stranded with no home, and unlike the canon, Bulma mentions Vegeta and how he has nowhere to stay, tempting Piccolo to go ask Vegeta if he'd like to have a residence until Goku is back. Vegeta scoffs but decides to live at Capsule Corp, making the spaceship his training room and living place instead of using the entirety of Capsule Corp. After a year, the Z fighters learn that Frieza is coming back to destroy planet Earth, and Vegeta scoffs, mentioning,
"If Frieza manages to come here before Kakarot, who knows what can happen. It pains me to say it, but Frieza, he's entering the atmosphere. Let's go, right now."
With it, Vegeta, Yamcha, Krillin, Gohan, Bulma, Piccolo, and Tien all head towards the ship. As they observe Frieza exiting and ordering his men around to scout for anyone, a young boy with blue eyes and blonde hair arrives and fights with Frieza and King Cold.
"Frieza, it's nice to see you. I'm the last thing you'll ever see. The hair, those eyes. What is this? Are you a Super Saiyan?" "No, nah, at least not yet." "Say what?"
With it, the unknown boy began powering up, spiking his hair up, but his hair doesn't really change. He just gets the green eyes, giving Frieza the PTSD of fighting Goku. Getting mad, he attacks the boy, but the boy just deflects the attack with ease.
"Oh, poor Frieza. You're in for a surprise."
Rushing in, the kid flies in for a kick. Landing, he breaks Frieza's arm, leaving him with a less efficient cybernetic arm. Frieza now gets scared for his life, stepping back. However, he throws a Ki beam at the kid. As it approaches, it gets sliced and deflected by the boy's sword. Frieza is getting no ideas anymore, stepping back out of fear.
"I thought you were gonna be a challenge. Let's finish you real quick."
The kid then goes ahead and stabs Frieza before blasting him away. He then lowers his sword and punches Cold through the stomach and blasting his insides, killing him too. The kid then goes back to base as he tells the Z fighters that he will go to meet Goku in 3 hours. Z fighters are reluctant but still go. During the wait, they drink up and chat during the time. The boy is actually much friendlier and actually knows how to lie, saying that he is a Saiyan but a hybrid of some made up race. They all blew that lie like idiots and continued on. After 3 hours, Goku arrives and the kid asks to talk to him, to which Goku complies.
"Thanks, bro. It's been a while since I spoke to anyone other than Bulma."
Kind of confused, but okay.
"Don't tell this to anyone, but I'm Sodali. I'm the son of Vegeta, and it might seem weird, but I came 20 years from the future, using a time machine."
Wow, Vegeta's kid?
That's not my point, Goku. In 3 years, a powerful android duo will appear to destroy you, Goku. They're stronger than me, even though I am my Super Saiyan. I need you to teach them a lesson. Befriend them or something, because in the future, they will defeat the real menace. He's he looks kind of like you, but with Saiyan armor, and he will eat fruits to gain strength and defeat everyone on Earth.
Of course, so Dali is bullshitting, but his true plan is still hidden. Wow, what happens to us?
Well, you die, along with everyone else. Here, this is the medicine you will take when you get sick. You die of a heart virus. You don't get killed by the Turles. Yeah, anyways, I have to go. Talk to you in a few years.
With it, so Dali leaves in his time machine. Piccolo overheard the whole thing and keeps secret what's supposed to be secret. And so, they began training for the next 3 years. In those 3 years, Vegeta managed to unlock Super Saiyan a bit sooner and is therefore when they depart for the city. Goku and the rest stay on the same level. The scenario evolves the same from meeting the androids. However, Vegeta fights Android 19 and Goku fights Android 20, both in their Super Saiyan forms. Vegeta spares no time with defeating 19, even though he was taunting him hard, while 20 was overpowered until Goku gets hit by the heart virus. Goku stops the fighting and gets his energy stolen from him. Vegeta sees that and comes up behind Gero, starting to choke him hard, squeezing his neck until it broke, rendering Gero useless. Sodali then arrives.
Wait, those are the androids?
Yes, idiot. Who else would it be, Pope?
Those aren't really the right androids.
You fucking failure! You told us androids. Give us a description, you vapid idiot.
Shut the fuck up. We need to find Jero's base. Since you silenced him, he's not gonna be spitting out anything anymore.
I know where it is. It's in the outskirts of west of here, in a mountain.
Well, that was quick. Let's go. We'll see if they're still in one piece.
Before they could spout out any more words, a big blast came over from the west, hitting Vegeta head on.
Are you ever shutting the fuck up? Now go take Kakarot and get on my damn face.
Well, I'm taking the smug and heart one. You take the other butt hurt one, and then we're taking on Goku.
With it, they began to fight, and Sodali transformed into a Super Saiyan, knowing he can only reduce the pain he's soon to get, and Vegeta is being Vegeta, prideful as always. Vegeta rushes 18 and she counters easily, kicking him in the spine and sending him to chill in the mountain. She then follows. Vegeta is dazed but actually has a good plan.
Say, you wanted to kill Kakarot, huh? That's one thing I won't forgive. You either join me or die.
Hold on, Charmer. You're being dominated by me. I don't give. You will join me if you really want to kill him.
Deal. As long as I get to call the shots defeating him.
With it, Vegeta and the androids teamed up. Vegeta tells 18 a plan, and so Vegeta and the 2 androids leave, leaving Sodali slightly injured, wiping blood off his cheeks. He then heads back to Capsule Corp. Meanwhile with Vegeta, him and 18 start bonding quite a good bit, along with 17. He learns that 17's real name is Lapis, and 18's real name is Lazuli. Vegeta is quite intrigued by how normal they seem when not destroying, and Lazuli, however, is getting a thing for Vegeta, and Vegeta is knowing this, but still wants to make sure no harm comes to anyone. So, he starts destroying cities with the androids, before the 2 get bored of it. They find a recluse spot where they could crash, and Lapis went to get some food, as they got hungry.
Bring me a whole buffet. My stomach is screaming this week. And I'm bored of eating saber-toothed pussies.
Well then, I got the one with no teeth.
The next day after they ate, Lazuli vomited out what she ate and she felt weird. Vegeta knew what was up, but Lazuli had to make sure of it. All of a sudden, she was pregnant. Vegeta was stricken by that, so he decided that this plan has to work no matter what, for his sake. They then headed out of the spot. Meanwhile, Bulma, Gohan, and Sodali investigated on another time machine that got stranded in the middle of nowhere, and with that, they're looking for clues. Back to the androids, Lazuli is bitching to Vegeta, but Vegeta is actually smiling. Descending down to a town, they see skin puddles all around, and a ghost town.
What the hell happened?
I happen.
Just who appeared right in front of them? Cell began looking on and exhaling creepily, as Vegeta stood in front of Lazuli, trying to protect her from Cell.
Who are you? Judging by what I sense, you're up to no good.
Let's just say I've come to take what's rightfully mine. I'm about to absorb both of those androids you're choosing to protect, Vegeta.
You know my name?
Cell then came up right in front of Vegeta, knocking him right into Lazuli, sending both of them into a building. Lapis went and put hands on Cell, trying to hold him off.
Go! Get out of here! I'll handle him on my own!
With it, Vegeta and Lazuli went and escaped, although Vegeta was angry at that.
Let's go to Capsule Corp dear, and try not to kill Kakarot.
As they were flying towards the city, they meet with Sudali and Gohan, flying right to the enormous key source.
What is that? And did you really bring 18, Dad?
Chill out. Dad?
Vegeta jumps into a mind limbo, looking at Sudali, then Lazuli, then her belly, as the buttons clicked.
Wait a minute. If you're from the future, and she's carrying a child right now, are you?
Yes. I'm the child conceived within her belly.
Lazuli can't believe the person she will not only become a mother of, but that she will become a mother of a child she can already see right in front of her eyes. Vegeta then demands of Sodali to go back to Capsule Corp with Lazuli, as he will go fight Cell on his own, even if it kills him. Lazuli's eyes start crystalling as she was about to cry, but Sodali then takes her by the arm and he leads her away.
A Saiyan will never throw away his pride. I'm not letting my greatest pride go to waste. I'm gonna protect her.
With it, Vegeta rushes over to Cell's location. Upon his arrival, he sees Android 17 getting sucked in by Cell's tail. Unknown by Cell, Vegeta blasts Cell's tail in half, releasing Lapis.
I thought I told you two to go.
You both know I'm a Saiyan. I won't let anything happen to her. And I'm assuming the same thought for you. I will defeat Cell on my own. You go back to your sister.
You'll die. I'm gonna fight alongside you.
If I fail, you too will fall.
Vegeta then powers up into a Super Saiyan, rushing in to attack Cell. Cell already knows he's stronger, so he releases a barrage of key attacks. Vegeta sees through all of them, dodging them before kicking Cell in his stomach, surprising Lapis and Cell alike.
Interesting. I thought that would do it.
Vegeta then got punched away, but he recovered quickly, rushing in at Cell again. He's repeating the same thing, but Cell waits with a kick. Due to Vegeta's overprotectiveness and rage, he knew Cell wasn't as stupid. Blocking the kick, he elbows Cell away. Cell isn't phased much, if at all, so he disappears. Cell then appears and sledgehammers Vegeta down to the ground, as he bursts a yellow aura while at it. Cell then saw Lapis and decided to attempt absorbing him again. He disappears again, right behind Lapis, and envelops him within the tail. The absorption is complete, and Cell has now become semi-perfect. Vegeta then gets up, seeing a completely different Cell and no sign of Lapis. Vegeta then goes into a rage fit.
I'm sorry, but I won't let this happen to you too. I tried protecting you, and now I'm useless now, woman.
As he began screaming bloody murder, Vegeta began powering up. His muscles began bulking up in volume. His power skyrocketed exponentially, and he has transformed into Grade 2 Super Saiyan. Cell looked in awe, but tried not to get carried away. Vegeta started attacking, but each attack wasn't focused anymore. Rather, Vegeta channeled his full power in his attacks, while maintaining top speed. Cell had some difficulty, but Cell wasn't concerned. Cell then used the After Image, knowing Vegeta is too blinded to see. Vegeta stopped like a deer in headlights and closed his eyes to sense the presence of Cells. He started blasting the dummies one after another, but then sensed that there's a huge power rushing towards him. As he turns around, he saw his own attack, the Galley Gun, rushing right at him. Vegeta had nowhere to go as After Images just kept coming. Getting hit, the whole area gets reduced to rubble, burying Vegeta in the ground. Cell then makes his way to every place which might contain Android 18. Meanwhile, Piccolo is trying to convince Kami to fuse with him. After a lot of persuasion, they eventually fuse, and Piccolo then begins to rush towards Cell. Piccolo lands and greets Cell. Piccolo shares some pointless small talk before rushing in for an attack. Cell has to fight, but is keeping up. Both Piccolo and Cell are equal in terms of raw power. but Cell is surpassing Piccolo in technique, a part of his stolen Saiyan heritage. Piccolo is cornered, so he tried using the Makako Sapo, but it doesn't land. Cell tried the same, but unlike Piccolo, he comes up from behind his opponent and strikes Piccolo right through his abdomen, making him fall down and faint. Cell then continues his search. Vegeta wakes up and digs himself back up from underneath the carnage. Heavily injured, he recovers some of his strength being unconscious on the ground, so he has some strength to return back to Capsule Corp to see if at least his soon-to-be wife is safe. So he flies back. At Capsule Corp, he sees everyone in one piece and Goku back on his feet. I see what you did. Smart move, although I'm curious how you two got a kid.
Oh no. Something clicked.
Vegeta then tells everyone to relocate to Roshi's Island, where they will potentially be safe. So everyone, including Bulma, go to Roshi's place. Over there, they manage to fully recover Goku, and Vegeta immediately demands training so he can fight Cell and defeat him.
Speaking of which, who is this Turles you spoke of?
See, I kind of lied. Turles isn't really a thing or a person. Neither do we have a Cell back in the future. The leap of time caused a butterfly effect.
That was all just so you can get conceived? But I thought that theory was for parallel universes.
It is, but I just figured that out.
Vegeta was baffled, but regardless, he asked of Goku of a good spot to train using gravity. Goku mentions the time chamber, and so Goku goes to Mr. Popo to ask him. While that was going on, Lazuli and Bulma were on a walk, and they were talking while picking herbs for a soup. All of a sudden, a bright flash of lights was seen, and both of them had to cover their eyes. When the smoke and light cleared up, Bulma saw a green creature. Screaming, she attracted the attention of Vegeta and the rest of the Z fighters, minus Goku. Upon landing, Vegeta sees that his wife got absorbed. So as he was caring for once, he had the rage needed to power right back up to stage 2 Super Saiyan, along with a massive rage boost and a newly developed Zenkai. Vegeta then rushed Perfect Cell with full force, but Cell just took it with ease, knocking him out in an instant.
I don't need any more of you clowns attacking me. I will hold a tournament for all of you that would like to save this world or die. You'll hear more of it.
Cell then disappeared, with Bulma pissing her pants as a comedic effect and Yamcha getting there to comfort her. Vegeta too woke up in anger. With that, they return back to Roshi's Island, where they hear and see Cell on the television telling the whole world about the up and coming Cell games. The games are set and they're gonna think fast, because they only have 10 days to strap up. Vegeta, Goku, Sadali, Gohan, and Piccolo all go to the time chamber, where they meet up with Mr. Popo, who tells them that the time chamber is free to train in, but they can only train for 2 days inside, or they'll be stuck in there forever. They all agreed, and Vegeta demands of Sadali to follow him into the time chamber and train with him. Goku and Gohan both decide to go right after Vegeta and his son, and Piccolo after Goku and Gohan. With it, Vegeta and Sadali go in and begin their training. Inside the time chamber, they began training right away. They are training really hard, both physically and mentally, and they're going at it. Sadali then mentioned the use of Cell's Zenkai he used in their fight, so Vegeta thinks and decides to use full advantage of it. After a while, Vegeta realized that he only broke through the first limit of Super Saiyan, so he thought that maybe there's more to Super Saiyan than they initially thought, so they began training to excel as much as possible. Sadali liked Vegeta's thinking, so he decided to go along with it too, but quickly realized they can try handling Super Saiyan like their base. So Vegeta started working on that, alongside an increased use of Zenkai. Vegeta and Sadali both spent a whole year inside the time chamber and got out, stronger than ever. So you succeeded in controlling Super Saiyan perfectly.
No, but we will find out.
With it, Goku and Gohan are next, and the two began training. Inside the chamber, the two started bonding as a father and son, so much so that Gohan began liking fighting more, especially seeing his dad having a motivation and seeing how his father likes fighting for fun. Gohan picked that up along the way, so Gohan is a bit different mentally. They exit in their Super Saiyan states and Vegeta is proud that the two figured it out. Piccolo is next and he beefed up the same way as in canon. It's been 2 days since training and they're all training at their respective homes. Minus Vegeta, who is with the Sun family. Goku, Gohan and him are just relaxing. Vegeta is more zoning out than relaxing, thinking about Lazuli and what will happen to her once Cell is defeated. So he starts making plans for once. Goku and Gohan went to Korin's tower for Korin to gauge their power. The same shit happens as in canon and Goku laughs it off. Vegeta goes back to Capsule Corp and decides to relax there, as Sadali is there too and the two began talking. Bulma and Krillin are there and are chatting away, while Vegeta is asking Sadali questions about the future. Sadali goes into detail with the whole thing and Vegeta is intrigued. He got to know he was thrown away and raised by Bulma like her own child after her daughter died in battle. Vegeta asks whose daughter and Sadali replies Bulma's and Krillin's. Vegeta starts laughing.
What's so funny?
Your bald head.
Bitch.
Vegeta and Sadali then take it out and they finish the Soul story. The day of the Cell games has arrived and they're ready to depart to the arena where Cell is awaiting them. So the entirety of the Z Fighter forces are there, along with Mr. Satan bitching about stomach pains. Goku decides to fight first and he starts making a pretty decent mark, going as per canon. He quits and lets Gohan fight, not telling why. So Gohan gets in and the same shit starts. Gohan exposes the secret of anger control and how he can't control it. So Cell began attacking the Z Fighters. Since Lazuli is pregnant, he can't use her supplies to get Cell Jr. sprung to life. Gohan is messed up and about to explode, but 16 intervenes out of nowhere, seeing Cell as the main objective as he has 10% of Goku in him. So he began the self-destruction and this time succeeds. However, Cell quickly recovers from that. All that lands in front of Gohan is 16's head. Gohan saw that 16 is actually pure. 16 knows that Gohan can't release his anger, but he needs to let it go before getting crushed by Cell's foot. This also kind of proves in vain, but Gohan is at the brink of transforming and is crying. Goku is then shot in the heart, as well as Sadali by Cell. Gohan was speechless, and so was Vegeta. The two then exploded in a violent arc-filled aura. The two have transformed into their Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. Gohan after seeing his father die, and Vegeta seeing his entire future family wiped from existence. Gohan began powering up and he kicked Cell in the face, sending him into the dirt. Vegeta started walking slowly towards Cell. Gohan is looking on, but he gets elbowed by Vegeta.
I lost way more than you, kiddo. Move out of the fucking way.
Cell then gets out of the ground, just when Vegeta punched Cell in the stomach so hard that he began puking out blood and saliva, eventually puking out Lazuli. Vegeta sees that she's alright and well, so he picks her up and gives her to Krillin.
Get out of here. With her, if you know what's good for you.
Krillin understood loud and clear and started fleeing away. Vegeta goes back to Cell and gut kicks him, forcing Lapis out too, forcing Cell to become imperfect again. Vegeta then throws him in the air and starts charging a massive Galick gun, firing it a second later. Cell then gets caught in the blast right then and there, and dies as a result of the attack. Vegeta bursts off his aura, calming down. He sees Gohan still grieving his father and in Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta goes over to him.
It's over. We'll resurrect Kakarot.
Don't resurrect me. I feel like I'm the main cause of this mess, so I'm gonna lay low over here in the other world.
Well then, will you feel free getting revived? Holler at us.
Vegeta drops back to base. I don't think I'll get brought back anytime soon. Go revive your future son and get Lazuli up to speed. Gohan smiles, calming down and going back to base. With it, they have defeated Cell. It's been 7 years since they've defeated Cell, and they all have families. Goku, even though dead, got his son Goten. Actually, when I think about it, it's hella weird. Vegeta and Lazuli got a nice looking house, since Dr. Gero had quite a reputation, so they had plenty of money. They got a child, and it's none other than Sodali. Krillin and Bulma actually hooked up and had a baby of their own. The name's Bulla, and Bulma was obviously the one that came up with that name. Gohan is still going to high school and meets up with Videl, the daughter of Mr. Satan, the one who destroyed Cell, and she began having an interest in Gohan and his secret alter ego, known as the Great Saiyaman. In school, he hears of the Tenkaichi Budokai from the Videl, and she wants Gohan to join it, so he reluctantly does. He invites the Z Fighters and Vegeta, Lazuli, Goten, Sodali, Gohan, and Piccolo join in on the fight and are looking forward to it. But there's someone that'd like to come too, and that someone is Goku. Hey guys, it's been a while. I want to join in on a party too. Dad? Is that really you? Yeah, sign me up for the tournament.
Been a while, hasn't it, Kakarot? Sure.
With that, Goku appointed himself to fight to make it even. The day of the tournament has arrived and the squad is there, as well as the rest of the Z Fighters to cheer on our fighters. However, they see two weird people there with earrings and pointy ears. Who might they be? And why are they looking at Gohan so weird? As the two weirdos were there, Goku soon arrived with Uranai Baba, and the two left them with a smile. Vegeta was happy to see Goku, as well as his family and essentially everyone else. They got to the punching machine and they put up quite a show. Lazuli went slightly overboard and so did Vegeta, but he didn't punch it to hell and back this time. The events go pretty normal. Goten and Sodali dominate the kids division and eventually go up against each other. Since they're essentially the same age, they're giving it their all. But Sodali wins after he got up from the ground and lifted his hands up in victory, all beat up and all. The two were given senzu beans and told they did a great job. Vegeta congratulated his son on the victory and Lazuli pat Sodali on the head. The real tournament began and everything went as normal. Popovich beats up an underage chick who we learn is Gohan's girlfriend Videl, and Gohan goes crazy. He then goes to fight one of the weird ones, the one with red skin. He gets his energy sucked out and the two problematic ones left the tournament. And so Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and the two weird people who we learn are the Supreme Kais and Piccolo go along for the ride, while Lazuli stayed to win the money, thinking it'll be quick. The squad who tailed Yama and Popovich will explain the situation, and also the menace going by Majin Buu. Vegeta doesn't want his wife getting absorbed again, so he thinks about his training during the past 7 years. Shin interrupts, saying, "You'll need a lot more than power to win against this one. He absorbs by turning people into candy. That's how he got all the other Kais."
Other guys. Well, thanks for the info.
With that info, Vegeta began strategizing his plan of victory. Once there, they hide their ki and themselves to observe what's going on with Yama and Popovich and who exactly they're meeting. Out comes one small shit and a devil looking guy. From this point on, everything goes as in the original, up to the point where Babidi starts taking over Vegeta's mind. Everyone noticed Vegeta in pain, but only Kaioshin knew what's going on and told Vegeta that past is past, and he's not like that anymore. Vegeta just knocks Kaioshin off him, and with that, he's become Majin Vegeta. Babidi teleports all of them back to the Tenkaichi Budokai grounds, and Vegeta is more than happy to kill everyone there. The reason behind the transformation into a Majin is surprisingly silly, and it doesn't make sense whatsoever. Vegeta tells Goku how he died so stupidly 7 years ago and trained his ass off in the other world and didn't age one bit. When Vegeta started taunting him more by destroying the stadium bit by bit, making Goku say he'll fight him even though he knows he'll lose, but also knows he has a trick up his sleeves. They get teleported to deserted plains and they start from there. Goku, knowing he will lose, whips out his Super Saiyan 3 to catch him by surprise. Vegeta too is surprised and mad at first, but knows he has an ace too, as he transforms into Super Saiyan 3 as well, surprising Goku. They then started fighting after a while. Back at the ship, they fight Babidi and the Bora, and the machine has reached its peak. Gohan fires a Kamehameha at the sealed ball, and it seems the wave did the trick, until the smoke starts puffing from within the ball, forming Majin Buu. They fought hard against Buu, but all they got was Gohan almost dead and Shin knocked out. Back with Goku and Vegeta, one thing why Vegeta had the advantage is that Goku lost quite a lot of energy using Super Saiyan 3, even though he is dead and has more stamina. So Vegeta beats Goku then and there, and takes a sensu to recover his own lost stamina from the transformation drain. One thing he has realized is Majin Buu's power, and then goes there. Upon arrival, he sees Buu and starts verbally bullying him, making Buu explode. Vegeta then goes out to self-destroy himself to save the Earth, to make sure Buu gets destroyed in an instant. He puts all his power into his attack and then self-destructs, dying in the process. From this point on, everything goes out as in the original. Goku wakes up and notices Vegeta is gone, along with his energy. But Buu is still there, so he goes to fight Buu with his Super Saiyan 3 to try and stall him enough so that Trunks can get the radar. He proves more of a challenge, but Buu keeps on regenerating. They then get back to the lookout and restore everything back to normal. They then start bickering whether they should bring Vegeta back, since he might still be evil. So Goku visits Yema and asks around for both Vegeta and Gohan. Yema says his evil intent is gone with his death, and with good news. Goku was about to instant transmission back to King Kai's, but then he sensed a very familiar power, very far away. Goku then instant transmissions back to Earth to give them the good news about Gohan being alive, and then proceeded with that. During all that, Buu split into good and bad versions. Goku instant transmissions back so he can sense the energy again, and this time it's even more powerful, and with it, he instant transmissions there. He arrives on Kaioshin's planet and Gohan nearly cuts his head off with the Z-Sword. Goku looks on to see Gohan is taken to the Kaioshin realm, and it takes him a whole lot longer to break the Z-Sword. Yema, on the other hand, is negotiating with Vegeta for a 24-hour pass, and Vegeta agrees, knowing what he thought was a bad thing he got turned into a Majin for was foolish. He accepts the offer, and so he goes for round goddamn 2. Vegeta is then given the pass and is teleported to Earth. He meets Buu and they start the battle. He's easily dodging every punch and kick from Buu while using a good chunk of his energy. Buu is then infuriated, trying to intimidate Vegeta, which ends up working, and he gets a gut punch straight through him. Vegeta knows Buu will regenerate, and that punch was just to prove the point to Buu that he has no possible chance against him. Returning to the moment, he fights on Buu for a good bit, all while Buu is getting his ass kicked and went through a few dozen regeneration cycles. Buu then decides to prove to Vegeta he is superior by trying to blast away Hercule, but then stops. Vegeta knows he's trying the fission again, and it turns out to be true as he spits out Good Buu, and he starts transforming back to Kid Buu. The Kaioshin is getting worried now since it is Buu's first form. Vegeta can feel he's weaker than before, and with it, they engage the fight yet again. Hercule comes to aid Good Buu as the other two are fighting. As Goku and the rest of them in the Kaioshin realm are watching on, observing Kid Buu's appearance and Vegeta's awesome power. Vegeta is just fucking around with Buu, and Buu is getting triggered, firing a massive attack at Vegeta, just like he did when he transformed in the original for Earth. Vegeta, being massively more powerful, just cancels out the blast, literally nullifying it. Vegeta then starts charging up a final flash while Buu, who is infuriated, is shooting key lasers towards Vegeta. Vegeta is grazed by a few, but he keeps his shit together. Then, Buu fires a massive wave at Vegeta. Vegeta starts riding the wave using the energy from his palm, and then gets in front and fires it at full power. With that, Buu is gone. But Good Buu is now in danger as Vegeta threatens to kill him, but Hercule saves Good Buu. Earth is saved, and Gohan comes back, more powerful than ever. But what they're about to find out is that Beerus has awoken. Goku and Vegeta remained dead, and they were forced to stay on the other world for a while. Vegeta met King Kai on his planet, so Goku and Vegeta used it as their personal Saiyan training ground. On Earth, the squad decided to revive both Saiyans due to the fact they need some Saiyan power in their grasp for the foreseeable future. After the Dragon Balls were gathered again, the two were wished back and Goku instant transmission him and Vegeta back to Earth. With it, both wives were happy to see their husbands back, safe and sound. It's been a dozen months since Boo, and a big thing is coming up: Bulma's birthday. The whole squad is there, even Boo, who is now good and living with Mr. Satan. Gohan asked of his father to take the Kaioshin too, along with Kibito and the old Kai. Goku did so, and they were there too. The old Kai and Roshi became best buds almost instantaneously after figuring out they're both as lewd as another. Goku and Vegeta sparred in the waters around the ship so they don't get lost or sunk. Meanwhile, on a weird place looking like a prism, Beerus the Destroyer has awoken from his slumber and is trying to remember his prophetic dream, but simply cannot. Him and his attendant Whis go and destroy some planets. That seems to work somewhat, but they eventually return back to ask the Oracle Fish for any clues, and the fish remembers the Super Saiyan God. Beerus finally remembers, and Whis is intrigued. Beerus asks of any remaining Saiyans in the universe, and Whis replies that there is a handful, all located on planet Earth, with 1 or 2 scattered around the universe. Beerus demands of Whis to take him to Earth and to pack a lunch. With it all done, they depart towards Earth. On Earth, the old Kai is shitting, pissing, and vomiting his pants out of fear, knowing exactly who destroyed all these planets. Shin and Kibito ask, alongside Goku and Vegeta, and the old Kai mutters it's Beerus. Shin instantly gets scared, while the rest around them ask who the hell is that. Shin explains that he is the destroyer for this universe, and a very ruthless one too. Goku and Vegeta share smirks, asking in unison if he's strong. They get a harsh answer. Shin explains how Beerus is stronger than both of them fused with the Potara. Goku and Vegeta are kind of confused, but more hyped up than ever, although Vegeta's mind is wandering on where did he hear his name. In no time, Beerus and Whis crash the party, but since they smell and see plenty of food, they calm down and look around. Shin and old Kai are too scared to move, and Vegeta is just standing there, getting flashbacks of getting humiliated by Beerus. He then goes to greet Beerus with a warm welcome and offers him food. Beerus notices the Saiyan Prince and kindly accepts. All goes well until Beerus remembers what he came here for, so he asks for the Super Saiyan God. But no Saiyan is familiar of it, except Vegeta, who knows it was in a legend book, but nothing more than that. Beerus threatens the planet, so they act quickly. They remember Shenron, and so they go and grab the Dragon Balls to help them get the Super Saiyan God. Shenron is summoned and is asked for the Super Saiyan God. Shenron explains no such entity exists yet, but there is a ritual with 5 pure-hearted Super Saiyans pouring their energy into one. They understand and they get right to it. Shin charges in, saying the two have a better chance at winning if they fuse. Asking how, the Saiyans get the whole Potara jargon and they kind of understand. But then, they don't have enough Saiyans. Sure, there's Gohan, Goten, and Sadali, but that's only 3. Videl chimes in, however, announcing her pregnancy. Lazuli was too shy to do that, but she too did the announcement. Vegeta went and kissed Lazuli passionately, and Gohan hugged Videl. With it, they began the ritual, with no clue how it'll work out. Goku and Vegeta are given the Potara, and the two fuse with a heavy heart.
Alright! Time for Goku and Vegeta to do some damage. Call us Vegito.
With it, Vegito gets in the ritual circle, and the ritual wondrously starts. After a nice light show, Vegito finally becomes the first Super Saiyan God, which much closely resembles Beerus' dream of the fighter's silhouette. Vegeta smirks and floats up, making Beerus follow in the air. Vegeta starts playing with Beerus to get to know his power, while Beerus is trying to dodge and block the attacks. Vegeta then gets accustomed to his initial power and steps it up to 50% then and there. Vegeta makes quick work of Beerus, but Beerus isn't done yet, powering up to 100% and attempting to knock Vegeta out. Vegeta cannot really dodge or block as fast, so he takes the kick head on, knocking Vegeta high in the air. Vegeta gets cocky. He manages to power up to 100% and taking the second hit, also head on, with almost no issue. Beerus then gets scared and tries to continuously punch and kick Vegeta, but just cannot land a single one. Vegeta at this stage is thousands of times stronger than Goku from canon, and Beerus cannot do anything against him. Beerus says,
"Let's end this fight peacefully and move on with our day. You asked for a fight, Lord Beerus, not a sparring match. We say it's fight till death, so respect others' traditions, pussy."
Vegeta then literally instant transmissions to Beerus and began his offense yet again. Vegeta is beating the shit out of Beerus, despite Beerus' best efforts. Beerus is losing stamina extremely fast due to the exerting massive amounts of energy after a very long time. Vegeta then punches through Beerus, killing him almost in an instant. Beerus only mutters a few words,
"Well done, kid,"
before he gruesomely dies. Vegeta didn't want this outcome and is stressing out. He then picks it up and lands down to the stratosphere onto the ship. Whis congratulates Vegeta on the well-deserved win, but Vegeta isn't convinced as he throws Beerus' dead body on the ground, splitting just at the right moment. Goku and Vegeta are confused, but the confusion stops when they see a dead destroyer and a collapsing Kaioshin. Both Beerus and Kaioshin died as a result of the fight. Goku and Vegeta are stressing over who becomes the next destroyer. Whis replies how either one of them can become destroyers, since the rules say whoever becomes a destroyer, they become the next one. And considering there's technically two people who defeated the destroyer, they can either permanently fuse or play rock paper scissors to choose who he will train to become the destroyer, mentioning how he needs to be quick too. Goku declines the offer, saying he just wanted to fight, but never expected the outcome would come to this. Vegeta mentioned he did want vengeance, but never wanted to kill him either. However, he will take the place of the destroyer. Whis is happy, and with it, he began preparing to go back home. But Vegeta says how this is his home, and won't go away from his family. Whis understands, but they need to make a quick stop to Zeno's palace. Vegeta is confused, but rolls with it. Kibito is then asked to roll with them, to Kai them there. Kibito is scared, but agrees, and so with it, they'll leave Earth. At Zeno's palace, they notice that Shinkan already waiting on them.
"I saw the demise of the destroyer.
I assume you came here to negotiate, am I right?"
Indeed, father."
Alright, here's the deal. Kibito will become the next Supreme Kai, and Vegeta will become the next destroyer, since he was a part of the fusion from what I've seen. Meaning you need to train him, Whis. It needs to be quick too.
"Certainly, father."
With that, Vegeta and Whis began their training for Vegeta to become the next destroyer. Vegeta, now in destroyer training, is trying to master Destruction Ki so he can become the next destroyer.
Are you sure I'm the only one that can serve as a destroyer?
Well, you killed the last destroyer, haven't you?
I did, but it wasn't my aim to kill him, although he was a complete idiot.
Got any better ideas then?
Shit. I'm not a fucking computer. Oh, I got it. My wife has a brother. He likes that kind of stuff. He's more lenient but does his job. His name is Lapis, or Android 17.
Are you sure he can take that place?
He owes me from way back. Maybe we can make a deal.
With it, him and Whis visit Lapis's Rager Island. They meet up with Lapis. Been quite a while since I saw you, Vegeta. How's my sister?
She's okay. We're about to have a second child. Anyways, can you do me a massive favor? I promise I have a really good explanation.
I'm listening.
So, me and Kakarot fought a destroyer named Beerus, and we accidentally killed him as a fusion. Now, I don't have the will or power to be a destroyer, so can you take the mantle?
I would if I didn't have a whole island to take care of.
My son can take your place, it's no biggie.
Fine then. Lapis decided to cooperate, so they visit the world of Kais to get Kai Kai to Zenos' palace. Over there, Daishinkan meets up with the squad. So, what's this about?
Grand Minister, I know I'm responsible for Beerus' death, but I don't think I'm seen fit to be a destroyer. So I found someone who's much more fitting.
A former Earthling that has been turned into a cyborg. He has a lot of latent potential, much more than you, fellow Saiyan. Whis, you get to train the Saiyans, but focus on this human for the majority of the time. With pleasure, father. With it, Lapis is appointed instead of Vegeta, and he still gets to be trained. Vegeta returns back home with everyone, and Lapis chooses his island to be his home. So that's settled. Vegeta and Goku then get back to training. At the far end of the universe, the now abandoned Frieza Force decided to go and revive Frieza once again, because they're not feared as they used to be without Frieza there. On Lapis' island, they began training, and they were actually pretty good for the start. However, within the next few days, the Frieza Force go and manage to revive Frieza and dip out of Earth there just as fast as they came. In the ship, they have gotten to meet Frieza and listen to his requests of getting to train with him, as he wanted to get stronger than those monkeys he was killed by. So, one volunteered to train with Frieza, and boy did they train. Back on Earth, Goku got a weird hunch, and when Vegeta asked him what's up, he just said had a bad feeling. Vegeta kinda picked up on it and agreed, thinking something is coming in the near future, and they might want to prepare for whatever it is. At this point, they already have Super Saiyan Blue thanks to Vegeta teaching Goku in their spare time while they're not training or doing chores, since Vegeta did start the Destroyer training after all. So far, they've been training with Whis for about 10 months straight, and Frieza vowed to train for 4 months after that. After about more than a year, they're doing excellent progress with their training, both the Saiyans, the android, and the Cum Saiyan alike. Frieza then set course to Earth to finally get his revenge. Meanwhile, on Earth, Jaco came up at Bulma's crib and explained the situation to her. Bulma got angry and scared for her own life and her planet, and then decided to frantically call for Whis using an ice cream sundae and screaming Whis' name to come to Earth and eat it before he gets spoiled. But they're on Earth. Jaco just looked on what the actual fuck is she doing and just assumes she's praying to her non-existent god. Jaco just says that Frieza will arrive in the next 30 minutes and to deal with it however they can. Goku and Vegeta got a hold of the staff to get a bite to eat, and after they ate, they really wanted to see what everything is going good in the universe. What they found was Bulma walking around yelling at the sky with an ice cream in hand, and they managed to speak to her, and then she told them that Frieza is coming to Earth and they need to get over there right now, or at least Vegeta. Goku said they'll be right there as the two get out of the dimension and tell Whis that they're going, as there's a threat coming there known as the Cum Stain Lizard Frieza, asking if he wants to go along for the ride. Seeing Bulma's treat, he cannot resist but to go. Frieza arrives on Earth earlier than those 10 minutes and begins by wiping the Earth's inhabitants, which is then intercepted by Gohan, Goten, and Sodali. Since Goten can't do much except fight the Commoners from the Force, he does what the other Z fighters are doing. Whis calls in to see how the situation is unfolding, and they hear that Frieza is already there, to which Goku and Vegeta began brainstorming as to what to do. Frieza is then confronted by Gohan, and Gohan is easily taken down. Just then, Goku gets an idea on how to get there, but he cannot sense any power levels miraculously, so all he has to do is pray for someone to power up high enough. Speaking of which, Sodali comes in clutch and began attacking Frieza. As Frieza realizes that Sodali is stronger than the other kid, seeing similarity between him and Vegeta, but not really paying attention to it. Frieza then transforms into his final form, but Sodali just goes Super Saiyan and fights Frieza like he's nothing. Miraculously, Frieza sees that Sodali has plenty of potential and goes in his final form to get rid of him as simply as he came. So he goes golden. Sodali sees this and looks on in amazement. Sodali then goes Super Saiyan 2 and attempts to get rid of Frieza, but that doesn't flinch him one bit. So Sodali then goes Super Saiyan 3, courtesy of his father and his massive potential, and begins pounding him into oblivion. At least until Frieza actually powered up and shown Sodali where he belonged. However, it was just in time for Goku and Vegeta to lock onto their power level and instant transmission to them, and get rid of the laser beam Frieza fired at his son. Frieza got his pants filled when Goku and Vegeta came up and got to Frieza. Frieza wanted to fight the Super Saiyan who killed him. Vegeta said he killed him, but sure, as he doesn't really care as long as he's gone from the face of this planet. Vegeta then steps up and gauges his power with Frieza's and realizes he can't beat Frieza with Super Saiyan God only, so he uses his Super Saiyan Blue and gets into his stance. While Frieza immediately rushes towards Vegeta and attempts to punch him, but Lapis the Destroyer comes right in front of Frieza.
Time for you to disappear for good. Hakai.
Lapis destroys Frieza for good, not giving Frieza any chances to bargain. Frieza slowly starts disappearing, and before you know it, Frieza is destroyed. Whis congratulates Lapis on his first proper use of Destruction Ki. Lapis is more than happy. With that, Frieza is gone as quickly as he came to Earth, and our Saiyans go back to training. But one thing they didn't anticipate happening with Beerus's death is the appearance of Beerus's brother, Champa. How is Champa getting into the picture, and what's gonna be his reaction to his now dead brother? After the whole thing with Frieza, Lapis is getting accustomed to his destroyer duties, and the Saiyans are just chilling. Goku is farming, and Vegeta is with his family, sparring with his wife now that she gave birth to her new baby girl, Echelot. Sodali is babysitting, while Vegeta and Lazuli spar for the old time's sake. All of a sudden, Lapis and Whis call Vegeta and Goku to get there as quick as they can. Vegeta tells Sodali him and Lazuli are going to Whis and that they're gonna be right back. With it, they go to Lapis' island. Over there, they meet with Lapis, Whis, and another destroyer pair. Those other two are Vados and Champa. He certainly is sad for his brother's death, but he's still cocky since the two brothers never really got along well. This is also the time where they find out the destroyers were brothers, with Goku comedically asking whether all destroyers are brothers and sisters. Vegeta just facepalms and says,
Do you see 17 being your fatso's brother?
"Oh yeah, never occurred to me. Wow, so are you relatives?"
Oh, for Zeno's sake.
Champa went and congratulated Lapis on becoming the next destroyer, and recommended a tournament of destroyers to see what new fighters can do. Seeing the Saiyans, he saw that they have potential. Knowing Universe 6 and 7 are pretty much identical, he thought of appointing a Saiyan of his own too. So he told him the deal, as well as the Super Dragon Ball's whole deal. The Saiyans and Lapis hear of them for the first time and think of all the possibilities they can wish for with them. But Champa's main objective is to dominate the Universe 7 to prove that they're better in every way. Champa was then invited for a small meal to discuss how all of that will happen, and so Champa accepts with crystalline eyes. He tries the cupped ramen and falls in love with it, changing his plan to wishing to transfer the Earth to his universe after hearing from where it's from. Champa is now extremely greedy from the food that the Universe 7 has, so he leaves with a new plan in mind. The Saiyans decide to fight, appointing Lazuli while she's there. They appoint Gohan while at it and also Boo, but he's sleeping, so Dali is the next best option. Lazuli throws a hissing fit about her daughter, but Goku quickly chimes in how either Chi-Chi or Bulma can babysit her during that little time they'll spend at the tournament, so that's out of the way. The tournament day has come and they all head for the location specified. Turns out the kids are staying with Dr. Briefs. Goku, Lazuli, Gohan, Vegeta, and Sodali are waiting on Whis. Upon arriving, we see Lapis and Whis ready to go, and so they do. On the way there, Lazuli made barbecue, eating plenty right off the grill herself, while the rest of our crew as well does eat, as the two gods munched away as well. Arriving on an unknown planet, Champa has been waiting with his own food, and they're all required to take a test, and not a single person failed. The Universe 6 team is basically like in canon. After all that stuff, the tournament is about to take place. They chose Gohan as the first pick to fight, so Gohan enters, and so does Botamo. Botamo manages to overpower Gohan in terms of size and durability, being a literal pudding when Gohan punched him. Gohan, however, went into his Mystic, considering his Mystic is close-ish enough in power to Super Saiyan God. Gohan punches Botamo with all his might and managed to hurt him big time, as Botamo lost his balance and his consciousness. Gohan won as he turned to Champa, saying how their Earth will stay intact. Champa gets mad and sends Kaba in. Kaba gets into his stance and Goku notices, saying how he likes the way he set up his arms and legs for Assault Tandem. Kaba mentions to Champa how he's very weak compared to Gohan, but Champa thinks Kaba can win, being a, Saiyan. Kaba then goes and fights. Gohan notices that Kaba is actually a good Saiyan, taking time to respect the fact that Kaba is so calm. However, he then gets an idea. Training with Vegeta from time to time, Gohan was taught how to impose the opponent to use more power with talking shit, but with safety. Gohan tries that and Vegeta takes pride in Gohan. Gohan starts taunting Kaba, talking all sorts of bullshit to him. Kaba loses his cool, but not his mind. Gohan then uses his ultimate weapon, destroying shit. Gohan then starts absolutely destroying Kaba in combat and getting him to the edge.
So this is it. The end. You're a worse Saiyan than I used to be. I'll be paying a visit to your family, sending up a blast, just like this, and throwing it at him.
Kaba went full mad mode and transformed into a Super Saiyan for the very first time, and made Gohan actually interested in a young Saiyan. Kaba saw only rage, so Gohan tried calming him down by acting nice again, but Kaba saw it was a trick to him. So Gohan had to resort to knocking him out. That made two outcomes: Kaba with Super Saiyan in his arsenal, and his hatred towards Gohan. Gohan tried to explain himself, but it just got Kaba angry again, so he was taken away. As Hit was called into the battle, Gohan immediately got a weird vibe off of him, as well as the rest of the crew. Vegeta points out his stature, seeing it as a defensive strategic posture, and warns Gohan to be careful. Gohan then begins with a simple kick, which backfired into a lethal blow from Hit. Gohan caught himself seeing what Hit did, thinking he's way too fast, so Gohan stepped it up to his full power and continued his offense. Gohan was cautious, but it kind of proved in vain as Hit easily defeated Gohan. The last offense Hit dealt made Gohan realize what's actually going on, but Vegeta knew it already, wanting to join the battle. Gohan exits the arena and is given a senzu, and Vegeta joins in on the fight. Hit feels offended and goes to end it in one hit, but Vegeta blocks the jab.
You see, I figured out your tricks. You have pocket dimensions to skip time, don't you?
Call me impressed, kid. But can you keep up?
Hit then uses his time skip to land a bunch of blows, all blocked by Vegeta. Vegeta is then urged to go Super Saiyan 3 and do some offense. Hit is managing, but Vegeta is predicting, which is straining him. Vegeta is manhandling Hit, to the point where Vegeta is just toying with him. Vegeta then powers up to Super Saiyan Blue and knocks Hit out. Next is Vegeta, and Vegeta is easily handled, since Vegeta already talks shit a lot. So the flaw of Vegeta's was exploited in a matter of seconds, making him forfeit. The last fighter is Frost, and Vegeta is taken aback by Frost, seeing him as good Frieza. However, despite their age, Vegeta isn't stupid and tells Frost to go full power, or his final form, and not to waste any more time. Just like in canon, Frost works his way up. Seeing how Vegeta is easily handling him, forcing him to his final form. Vegeta still had a massive advantage until Frost pulled a poison needle and shanked Vegeta, making him faint and drop out, making him go unconscious. Lazuli noticed it. The ref checks the wrist and it turns out to be true, getting him disqualified. With that, Universe 7 won, with Lazuli and Goku still intact. Champa gets angry and starts roasting his team, threatening to destroy them, but Lapis intervenes. I don't know which hole you hibernate in, but destroying everyone for losing one tournament which has barely even been planned isn't a reason to destroy a few potent fighters. Gohan there even taught your Saiyan how to turn super. Lapis and Champa are going at it, while Kaba realizes that Gohan was just teaching him, slipping from the scene. Hey Gohan, was it? I'm sorry for how I reacted. I really thought that you were one of those evil guys I fought recently. Nah, I'm not like that. Super Saiyan is achieved through rage. Practice it. Remember the feeling. Meanwhile, on the bleachers,
Listen here, girly. Just because you're a destroyer doesn't mean you can boss people around. This is my tournament.
and these are good fighters, idiot. What do you have against a talent? All of a sudden, Whis and Vado start telling the two to calm down, to which Lapis does so and turns around, seeing the reason why the Angels were so worried. Champa is still going on about his team losing until Lapis went and punched him and pointed down. Champa was mad at first, then shrunk his balls when he saw Zeno. To no one's surprise, Goku was right with Zeno. That was a fine battle, don't you say, little guy?
Hello, funny guy.
Lapis was scared shitless, seeing that Zeno has arrived. Goku was being casual and Zeno became his friend then and there, talking about another tournament, and with Zeno agreeing, they left. In an alternate timeline, Future Sodali knocks on the door and meets up with Future Mai. Future Sodali tells Future Mai that Future Bulma died in order for him to escape, as Goku Black is now able to sense his ki. Future Sodali shows Future Mai the fuel, telling her that they can now return to the past. Back on Lapis's island, Goku, Vegeta, Lapis and Whis are eating cups of ramen as they discuss the Omni King. Lapis says Zeno doesn't fight from what he gathered, backed up by Whis, but he is indeed the strongest being and no one is above him. Whis says that Zeno can destroy anything in an instant, as there were previously 18 universes and 6 were destroyed due to him being a spoiled move. Vegeta gets slightly scared and Goku is being his goofy self. Outside the Capsule Corp building, while he's eating lunch, Sodali senses a disturbance and notices the time machine appearing. Sodali flies towards it and looks inside, seeing Future Sodali unconscious, having succumbed to his fatigue. Bulma gets out to see the commotion and sees the time machine just standing there. Bulma lays an unconscious Future Sodali in a bed and prepares to call for Vegeta. Going into another room, Bulma is frantically looking for an item, revealed to be a communicator given to her by Whis. On Lapis's island, Whis, Lapis, Vegeta and Goku are discussing the ramen they just ate, and Whis receives the call from Bulma. Bulma shows Vegeta and Goku the severely injured Future Sodali, and they are shocked. Sodali is even more surprised that the young man is also being called Sodali. After they arrive, Vegeta immediately tells Goku to go get some senzu beans. In an alternate timeline, Goku Black is searching for Future Sodali's ki, but is frustrated that he completely disappeared, creating more havoc on Earth. The ring of time he's wearing starts to react. In the present timeline, Whis explains the reason why time travel is prohibited, even among gods. Future Sodali is surprised to learn that Lapis and Whis are gods. Lapis comments that destroying them might be the way to go, but Bulma explains to him that the person who created the time machine was not her, but another her. Future Sodali begs Whis, thinking he's a god, however, he points to Lapis. Future Sodali learns that Lapis is the god of destruction of all people, but says that Whis looks more like a god, which was perfectly understandable by Lapis. Goku asks of Lapis to let this slide, and Lapis says as long as there's a good explanation behind it, he'll let it slide. And so they agree to let it slide once Sadali figures out a way to explain the whole situation to Lapis. Lazuli then arrives and greets everyone there, surprised to see Sadali there. Sadali is scared shitless, but seeing how Lapis is good-mannered, he assumes the same for his own mother as well. Chi-Chi and Goten appear out of nowhere, telling Krillin and Piccolo that future Sadali's time machine has appeared. Krillin and Piccolo wonder if something bad happened in the future again, and they fly to Capsule Corp. At Capsule Corp, Bulma is analyzing the time machine. Bulma is flustered by how her future counterpart thinks, as she finds a notebook in the time machine. Vegeta and Goku ask if Majin Buu appeared in the future. Future Sadali explains that future Dabura and future Babidi did appear, but with instructions from the future Supreme Kai, he was able to kill both of them, preventing Majin Buu's resurrection. He then explains his reason behind suddenly attacking Goku, as he believed he failed to travel through time, and thought Goku was Goku Black, who introduced himself as Goku. Future Sadali calls him Goku Black because he wears black clothes, obviously. Vegeta and Goku are shocked at this. The day Goku Black appeared, he proceeded to cause worldwide destruction, having already destroyed a number of planets and their inhabitants. Bulma is surprised to learn her future counterpart was killed, and both Vegeta and Lazuli berate Sadali, as a proud Saiyan turning his back on Goku Black and running to the past. Bulma then interrupts them, saying there is a message in the notebook written by herself from the future, explaining the theories and concepts behind the time machine. Bulma, Vegeta, and Goku resolve to go to the future and defeat Goku Black, which future Sadali is happy about. Goku asks future Sadali to spar with him, wanting to know where he stands against Goku Black. They both proceed to transform to Super Saiyan 2. Their powerful energy causes shockwaves around the surrounding areas, including a huge wind which scares the humans in Wet City shitless. Bulma uses her technology to create a large, invisible force field around future Sadali and Goku, saying they can go all out without causing any damage to anything. Future Sadali attacks Goku, who says future Sadali is amazingly strong. However, future Sadali replies that he's nowhere near as strong as Goku Black, who powered up every time they fought. Goku says he will also do that, and future Sadali is surprised to see Goku transform into Super Saiyan 3. Future Sadali says he will use his maximum power and attacks Goku with a sword, causing the force field to be destroyed. Future Sadali is shocked to see Goku blocking his sword with his fingers, despite him using his fullest of power. Goku knocks future Sadali back and knocks him down to the ground, defeating him. Goku is surprised to know that future Sadali has gotten that much stronger all by himself, even though Goku Black is said to be stronger than him. Goku is then excited about how strong Goku Black is. Krillin and Piccolo arrive and greet future Sadali, until a thunderstorm suddenly appears. A portal is open and Goku Black arrives, which surprises and scares future Sadali. Goku and Goku Black officially meet, and Goku Black, who followed future Sadali to the past and emerged in front of the Z Fighters, realized future Sadali disappeared because he traveled through time actually. Whis tells Lapis to look at Goku's right hand, and Lapis notices the time ring, which was shown to him by the Universe 10's Supreme Kai. Goku Black looks around and recognizes Vegeta, Sadali's father, and Lapis as the god of destruction, scaring him for a second. Future Sadali, demanding how Goku Black got here, began to assault him, but Vegeta stops him, saying he cannot beat him even if he wanted. Goku then immediately flies up and confronts Goku Black, excited to fight him. How will this unexpected encounter evolve, and just how strong is Goku Black? Goku appears in front of Black. Black says,
So, Son Goku, you're still here. That's very good. Well, yeah. Let's see what you can do, Black.
As the battle began, Goku rushed at Black and tried to kick him, but Black easily dodged and hit Goku away, barraging Goku a bit and sending him flying. Once Goku got sent flying, he instantly powered up to Super Saiyan 2 and stopped himself, firing a ki blast to distract Black and using instant transmission to get behind Black and sledgehammering him to the ground. Black would block, but still get sent flying, and he would take good damage as he would power up and Goku and Black were going at it, as everyone was watching impressed.
Goku's really strong. Can he keep up with Black though?
Calm down. It's nowhere near done. Just yet.
This is fun. Now let me show you something.
Powering up, Black would up his energy even further, but then the rift which was created by him started to suck him back in.
No! No!
As he tried to stop himself but couldn't. He tried to fire a ki blast at the time machine, blowing it up, as he then got sucked back in to his rift.
Damn it! Now he can't come back into the future!
As Bulma would come and say, "Don't worry, Sadali, I still got the thing you gave me," as she would throw the capsule as the old time machine would appear. Future Sadali would get surprised that Bulma still has it. This Goku Black is really interesting one. Isn't that right, Lord Lapis?
I agree with you, Whis.
But that time ring is something we just can't let being unchecked. Yes. We will go to Universe 10 to check them. As Vegeta would interfere.
Let me go with you. I'm curious about this universe and those time rings you're all talking about.
Fine. They left to go to Universe 10. Meanwhile on Earth, Future Sodali would ask Goku if he can teach him Super Saiyan 3. And Goku said sure, but in a time chamber. As we go to Universe 10 to the planet of the Kais, Goku would get surprised seeing Lapis as he would ask,
Lord Lapis and Whis, what is the matter that you came here?
"We want to check the time rings."
Sure. Zamasu, bring them here.
As Zamasu goes for the time rings, Whis asks who that Kai is. Goku says that is Zamasu and that he is the strongest Kai.
Oh, the strongest Kai. Sounds interesting. Let me fight him.
But let him fight. Also, make sure Zamasu goes all out. That's if he doesn't want to die, that is. As Zamasu would bring the time rings as everything was fine. Goku told him to fight Vegeta.
As you wish.
"Show me what you can do, Saiyan."
With pleasure.
As Vegeta transformed to Super Saiyan 2 and would rush Zamasu. But Zamasu would block and redirect his fist. While he did that, Vegeta would recover instantly, grabbing his arm and throwing him on the ground. Zamasu would be surprised of Vegeta's strength, but he also quickly recovered and punched Vegeta. Vegeta smirked and rushed to punch Zamasu, as Zamasu closed his eyes, but Vegeta stopped and said,
Not bad for a Kai.
Zamasu is raging on the inside, seeing that he got defeated by a mortal. Zamasu then walked away a few steps, as Zamasu smirked and prepared his Keyblade and went to strike Vegeta in hopes of killing him. Vegeta's body sensed danger as he moved ridiculously fast, blocking the hit. Vegeta's eyes were yellow at that moment and a purple flare went across his face. He then punched Zamasu super far away. Vegeta was confused on what that power was, but Lapis knew that split reaction and he then rushed back in front of Zamasu.
Little bitch ass Kai. I knew something fishy went on with you. You pushed your luck too much. Now perish. Ha Kai.
As Zamasu would get erased, as Whis commented that his energy was similar to Black's. Lapis agreed and they left with proof, just in case. They arrived from Universe 10, coming back to Earth, and the time machine was finished. While they were away, Lazuli, Goku and Sodali were training in a time chamber, honing their skills and also learning new ones. Sodali learned Super Saiyan 3 and Lazuli finally knew what made training so interesting for her Saiyan and other Saiyans alike, challenging themselves. They exit and they are much stronger than they were.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Why are your eyes yellow though?
No, they're not.
Yes they are. Yes they are, sweetie.
Don't know, don't care. Ready, Kakarot?
Yep. future Sadali, Goku, and Vegeta would go into the time machine. In the future, they of course see carnage. They go and feed the survivors and all that, as well as Mai and the others, and they then go and announce their return. And Black is there instantaneously.
Looks like you came for the after party. Let's dance, shall we?
Oh, I'll dance. Over your corpse.
Vegeta then goes and powers up and then rushes at Black. He's having a bit of trouble at first, but then knocks Vegeta down. He then transforms into his own version of Super Saiyan Blue called Super Saiyan Rose. But before he can dispose of the prince, Zamasu arrives, saying he should be the one taking at least one of them down. Black is triggered but agrees to fight Vegeta, while Zamasu is gonna take on Goku. Our Saiyans are having trouble, but it's not all over yet. Vegeta whips out what he calls a rage boost he got from fighting present-day Zamasu, and Goku uses his Kaioken as a stacker. Vegeta knocks Black into a nearby building after being aroused by pain, something he never experienced before.
I don't know why I let you hit me, but I do know one thing. You're dead to me, Black.
Vegeta then throws a ki blast and kills him in a matter of minutes, much to Sadali's confusion. However, Zamasu is a bit harder to take down as he wished to be immortal. He takes a while and Zamasu is getting frustrated. He starts launching ki waves at Goku, but Goku has to finish it quick, so he starts preparing a massive Kamehameha, gets under Zamasu and fires the wave at him, seemingly destroying him. However, that's not the end, as Zamasu starts to spread throughout the universe, and now they have no chance, no matter how hard they try.
Perfect. Now what? I can't turn into any form, ever since that Zamasu incident that happened. But I do feel stronger than ever before.
Well, try throwing a blast at the sky. Maybe you take him down. Vegeta tries so, but he's unsuccessful.
Great plan, idiot.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Any better ideas than Einstein?
Think, Goku. Think. Ah, I got it. I just called Zenny, remember?
Oh, hell no!
Goku remembered the Zeno button he got from Zeno a while back and presses it to summon Zeno to his location. With Zeno there, he began raising his hands and began the process of erasure. They managed to return to the present just in time. With that, future Sadali goes into a similar timeline and Zeno, future Zeno, is brought back to the present timeline. Goku and Vegeta are seen casually sparring for the old time's sake and are mostly chilling. Goku brings up the whole tournament idea and this time Vegeta is against it. For the first time, he doesn't want to fight, telling Goku that is a really bad idea.
Are you out of your damn mind? Do you realize that Zeno's gonna pull tricks? He's a damn child.
Relax, Vegeta. It won't be that bad.
What if Zeno starts destroying universes because he didn't enjoy their display of powers? Michael, sort that one out.
The fuck you throwing me in for? You're already in a what if, you kukudandimanu.
Point is, Kakarot, the tournament will have a catch.
Okay, best buddy. Goku then pulls the Zeno button to get instantly transported to Zeno. Lapis is extremely mad and disappointed in Goku, expecting the worst. Goku got there and met up with Zeno. He then asked for the tournament. Zeno was happy to say yes, so the two Zenos and Shinkan started planning the next tournament. Goku came back to agitated Lapis and annoyed Vegeta.
You damn moron! You shouldn't have went.
Relax, Vegeta, it's alright. The Shinkan's gonna fill us in with the details over at the World of the Kais. I can take us there now.
This is not gonna end well, and you know it.
With Goku, Vegeta, and Whis and Lapis, they go to the World of the Kais and wait on. They meet with Shin, Old Kai, and Kibito. Anything wrong that you came here unexpectedly?
Apart from this idiot going to Grand Zenos for his shitty tournament, no, everything is alright.
He did what? Before Vegeta could elaborate, Daishinkan appeared from a portal and greeted everyone there, while everyone bowed apart from Goku and Whis. The rules and regulations are set forth. All 12 universes will participate in a tournament of power, and it will be a battle royale about 100 attacks long. The universes that get eliminated will get disposed of.
Corrupt Minister, sorry for this dumb question, but what do you mean by disposed of?
Thank you for asking, Vegeta. It's not dumb. And the answer is very simple. The universe that gets eliminated gets wiped from existence.
Wiped from existence? You mean destroyed?
Precisely. Everyone pissed their pants at that. Even Goku, who is tied with Zeno better than anyone. Vegeta looks at Goku menacingly, wanting death upon him at that time. Daishinkan leaves and Vegeta breaks the silence.
You fucking moron. Now not only are we having a fight with the gods, now we're on the indirect hit list if we don't fight. How small of a brain can you possibly have, Kakarot?
I didn't know either. That was never my plan in the first place.
With it, Goku had one more problem to deal with. Having that done, Goku and the rest go back to Earth to prepare and get their teams. Daishinkan then arrived again, saying how there will be a Zeno Expo since their multiverse's mortal level is really low, so they'll be competing against another universe with another low level. The universe they're fighting is Universe 9 and they need 3 fighters. Goku decided that the Saiyans should be as the first 3 picks only, so Goku was the first obvious pick. Vegeta was second now that his second born was there, and Gohan was the third, since Gohan kept up his training. So the team was assembled and they went. Upon arriving, Daishinkan explains the rules for the fights. There will be one-on-one matches in order. There is no time limit, and the winner will be chosen if his opponent surrenders or is unable to continue on fighting. Daishinkan calls for the 2 beginning fighters to go to the stage. Bazil, the youngest, goes first, just like they decided. Goku decides that the first fighter would be Gohan, and Gohan agrees and heads to the ring. With both fighters present, Daishinkan announces the matches to begin. Bazil overpowers Gohan and seemingly beats him. However, an enraged Gohan emerges unscathed and launches a Kamehameha at Bazil. This inflicted extreme damage to him, although Bazil appears to be unscathed. As he approaches Gohan, his body cramps and collapses due to the side effects of the power-up drug he dosed on prior to the tournament, returning to normal in charred rags afterwards. Daishinkan clinches Universe 7 the victor. As the Universe 9's team laments Bazil's loss, Lavender commenting that if he had been allowed to kill his opponent, he would have won. Vegeta volunteers to fight next against Lavender, who is allowed to kill to his heart's content by Daishinkan. Making Vegeta proud, Vegeta enters the ring, as his eyes went yellow again. Vegeta shrugs off everything Lavender is telling him, so he lets Lavender attack first. First thing being the Poison Cloud. Lavender arrogantly claims that despite Vegeta's power increase, he should still be helpless in sensing his attacks. And again, Vegeta shrugs the claim off. Lavender attacks and Vegeta deflects a ki barrage from him and flies straight towards Lavender and relentlessly assaults him, much to his confusion. Whis and Shin praise Vegeta for wisely using his Omen Ultra Ego powers like an active radar. However, the form could be a double-edged sword, according to Whis. As Vegeta tries to finish off Lavender, he collapses and reverts to his base form. Whis and Lapis comment that, due to turning into his instinct, the poison spreading in Vegeta's body is accelerating. Lavender takes this opportunity to assault a helpless Vegeta and spraying even more poison on him. Despite his disadvantage, Vegeta switches forms in hopes of less drain and transforms into a Super Saiyan, and the two fight a heated battle, also entering a beam struggle with Lavender's poisonous energy wave and Vegeta's final flash. However, Vegeta is overwhelmed due to gradually getting weaker from the poison, which has begun spreading throughout his entire body. Lavender sprays more poison gases, but Vegeta goes to base and enters his ego sign again, then simply penetrates through the poison cloud, attacking Lavender and grabbing him with a full Nelson. Vegeta then slams himself and Lavender to the ring below, just like Gohan in a cannon, causing a massive explosion. When Lavender is knocked out, Vegeta stands up, stating his victory and being in Super Saiyan God to heal the poison effect off of him. The final match finally begins. Goku and Bergamo start exchanging blows. Bergamo admits that Goku indeed has skill, but then purposely leaves himself defenseless, taunting the Saiyan to hit him. Goku obliges and lands a number of blows on him. Bergamo then suddenly glows and grows larger and stronger, knocking Goku back with a punch. Goku comes up with a strategy. As Bergamo grows bigger and bigger, the more power he absorbs. And because of that, he's left wide open, allowing Goku to continuously land combos on him, transforming into a Super Saiyan while at it. Bergamo eventually becomes gigantic in size, and Goku once again uses his speed to constantly land hits on him, while Bergamo grows bigger and bigger. Goku solemnly smiles. Goku backflips into midair, then transforms into Super Saiyan Blue. The gods are stricken with awe about this display of power, feeling the form's pressure. Zeno informs future Zeno of the Super Saiyan Blue form. Goku offers Bergamo more power using the Kaioken. Bergamo also charges his absorbed energy up while Goku charges a god Kamehameha wave. Bergamo uses a special attack, Wolfgang Penetrator, clashing with Goku's Kamehameha. Goku uses his full power to push the attack back and hit Bergamo, defeating him instead of powering up further. Once the match was finished, Top starts speaking to Goku, saying how he would fight, but he doesn't want him to gauge his power to his sworn ally, Jiren, but to keep in mind that he is going down, along with the rest of the Saiyans present. Goku smiles, Vegeta bursts his aura and clenches his fist, and Gohan grips his knuckles, watching Top leave. With that, they're ready for the Tournament of Power by Raw Energy, but not by number. Who's gonna join in on the fun? Now that the Expo match is over, they stick to the normal crew they chose before the Expo matches and roll with it, getting all the training they can get. The initial crew is the same as in canon. Whis tells Vegeta about his Ultra Ego state and that he only has a small portion of what he can truly access, telling him he'll need to train with a destroyer in order to access it, and Lapis isn't the one yet, since he too has to achieve it. Vegeta says he hopefully won't need it yet, especially since he already tapped into a small chunk of it already, and he can go beyond quicker now. So Whis says if he needs more power, that this is the key. Shin recommends to fight as a team to have the best chances in the winning. Having Goku and Vegeta in clutch will help him, but still, the opponents are gonna be too unpredictable, especially the one that Toppo mentioned. So they have to be on high guard. Vegeta and Goku simply do not care one bit and say they'll take on anyone, no teamwork. Gohan says they'll have the team, seeing it as a good idea. However, Trunks is against it and quite disappointed in Gohan, saddening him and making Vegeta prideful again, replacing him eventually with Buu when Buu fell asleep. Having said that, they go do training in a time chamber, getting as beefed as possible. Once everyone beefed up, we have a few upgrades to our 10. Vegeta has mastered his Ultra Ego. Gohan has managed to fuse his Mystic back again. Trunks has exceeded his current limit, jumping to Super Saiyan 3 Evolution, a new power up in the lineup. And with Vegeta teaching him how to use his ki a bit prior, he has managed to control that form almost perfectly, to great surprise of Goku and Vegeta. Piccolo has beefed up, as well as Tien and Krillin. Roshi has cured his horniness, and with that, they're ready for the tournament. The day approaches, and the Team Universe 7 is ready to take off to the Null Realm. Thanks to no Frieza in this tournament, our team doesn't almost disband. With it, they're warped to the tournament, and some universes are already there. Saiyans from Universe 6 are there too. Goku and Vegeta go to them and they introduce themselves. Trunks is sliding into Kale's drawers, and Kale is slightly embarrassed with all the attention on her, and so Caulifla went ahead and pushed them all away. Daishinkan then decided to announce the tournament start, without Jiren being interrupted in this scenario. The tournament starts and Vegeta is there, looking for that Jiren dude. He manages to locate a few extraordinary strong ki and begins going to each one. He first took on Dispo, and he was a pretty good fight, but Vegeta eventually used his Ultra Ego sign and surpassed him big time. Dispo is out, so the next were the Mirror Man and the Sniper. Vegeta has managed to find both of them and told them to go all out, as he entered Ultra Ego sign again, intriguing Daishinkan with all that control. Vegeta then went ahead and dodged every snipe of theirs and told them to try to at least graze him. They struggled for a long time until their plan managed to connect and the two managed to hit him. Vegeta, not wasting even a second, he goes to both of them with two separate after images and takes them both down in an instant, sending them to the bleachers. Having that done, Topo came in front of Vegeta as Vegeta remained in his ego sign, telling Topo to go all out. Topo senses the heat and menace going into his destroyer form. Topo spares no time as he's in front of Vegeta, but all Vegeta does is taking the hits. Topo gets infuriated and tells Vegeta to attack back. Vegeta tells him only if he tells him where Jiren is. Topo spoils the location, and with it, Vegeta headbutted him, which sent a shockwave throughout the arena. All meanwhile, Ultra Instinct Goku vs Kefla went at it. Topo was blacked out, so Vegeta carried him to the edge, while the rest of the Pride Troopers went at him. Vegeta just used the Wind Force Field to push them away. Topo is then pushed to the void in the same fashion to the Pride Troopers. Vegeta then goes to Jiren, with no more obstacles in the way. Jiren went ahead and powered up to face Vegeta, while Vegeta is entering his full Ultra Ego. Vegeta tells Jiren that they're not losing, not at this point in time. Trunks finishes his batch of opponents and goes to watch his father go up against Jiren. Jiren replied to Vegeta that he will lose because he was already warned. As the two rushed to each other, Jiren easily manhandled Vegeta, not even pushing 10% of his power. Vegeta already got used to Ultra Ego, so he knew he can last a long time, especially the remaining 21 minutes. Jiren is not exerting any effort in his kicks or punches, so he just starts to block, which angers Vegeta. Vegeta used every trick he had, from waves to techniques, but it was up until when Jiren started only dodging every assault of Vegeta's that Vegeta got scared. Vegeta then tried pushing beyond of what he already has, going to a kind of evolution of Ultra Ego. Vegeta got a good boost out of it, but Jiren isn't surpassed, not even 50% of his full power. Vegeta is starting to get scared, as Goku, Trunks, Gohan, Piccolo and Roshi noticed, seeing Vegeta struggling with fear. So they went to help with all their power. Goku entered his own Ultra Instinct from desperation, Trunks used his newly developed Super Saiyan 3 evolution, Gohan used his Mystic, and Piccolo used his Rage as a boost. Everyone started battling Jiren, and now only he started to struggle until he burst out all of his power. Jiren then went offensive with Limit Breaker of his. Vegeta was knocked out of his overpower as he went to catch a breather, while everyone is fighting and absolutely dominating Jiren. Vegeta gets extremely worried and thinks of his family, then friends who changed him, all of his good things in life, and he started shedding tears of pride. Whis notices that Vegeta is emitting the extremely menacing Destroyer Ki from within him. Vegeta went berserk into his new form, something that got all of the Destroyers standing up. Vegeta has reached a new form. He has reached Golden Ego, then getting up. Everyone stops fighting as they look onto Vegeta in awe. Vegeta then regains his eyes from going to Berserk mode to semi-controllable mode, and Vegeta then tells Jiren that this is not the end. He began glowing like crazy in a purple aura. Vegeta then yells as he grows hair in the silhouette of his. He exits the aura and is seen sporting longer hair and a sparkling aura. Jiren then readies himself as Vegeta tells everyone to move away. The Saiyans move out of the way and Vegeta then rushes at Jiren with his new plot armor. Jiren and Vegeta are almost equal at this point. Jiren is getting the upper hand against the adapting Vegeta, as Jiren punches Vegeta and Vegeta spins around. Eventually Vegeta catches up and is surpassing Jiren at this point. Jiren is fuming as Vegeta is holding him by the neck and punching him down until Jiren spits out blood. Vegeta starts getting dizzy and tells Goku to go and finish Jiren, fainting out of that new form of his and falling into the void. Goku, sensing Vegeta barely clinging to life, he goes and does exactly what Vegeta said, using his Ultra Instinct and bringing Jiren into the void. Jiren proved difficult, but with the help from Trunks, Jiren is out. With that, Vegeta is healed on the bleachers. Vegeta rushed to the arena upon the end of the tournament and tells Daishinkan to spare the universes. Daishinkan said all of them are gone, so Vegeta then asks him to restore all of them with the help of the Super Dragon Balls. Daishinkan agrees, and the tournament is concluded. And with that, we're done with this What If. Thank you for watching. If you think Fumo Cartel will rise above all, then click dislike. But if you liked the video, hit that like button. Please feel free to check out the sparring partners on my channel page and, give them some love. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.